Variables. So in this chapter we are going to deal with variables. What is variable? Why variable is important? And how can we use variable? So let's begin. So first we have to understand what is variable. So variables store data in memory. VBA store data in memory using variable. Suppose here, let me increase the size of the sheet. Yep, A1 is 125. Okay, so a variable is the name given by you to which assign a piece of data that is stored in an area of computer memory. So this is theory part, skip it. For instance, yeah, this is the main. In figure here, what is that showing? I'm saying that A1 is 2125 and it is dynamic. It is basically changing every day. So what I'm going to do, just open VBA, Alt F11. So here is my VBA. Go to insert menu, go to module. Yep. Again, subroutine, define variable. Okay. So here's the. So if we talk about 120 cell, even instead of cell we can use range A1 dot value 125. Okay, so now we are saying that to our VBA please change our value of A1 cell equal to 125. Okay, now delete this, run this code. See, 125 is here. So this is dynamic. If you are using A1 value not here, let's suppose here, what I'm going to do, I multiply 10. I'm saying my Excel please whatever value is the here in the A1 multiply by D4 and answer should be in the E3. Okay, so this is the answer. So A1 is dynamic. A1 can be anything. Either it is 125 or maybe it is 160. So variable can be anything. Okay, so this was the variable. The other advantage of variable is that it is shorten our code. So let me show you how can we short our code. A good programmer basically define a short code and perform higher tasks. So delete this. Now I am saying that VBA please range v1 value. So this time I am defining that VBA please change my A1 value to range v1 value. So type any value here 180. Now run this code 180. So whatever will be the value of v2, VBA will automatically change it to A1. So this is the long code for which we have to define this type of code again and again. So then the VBA, it is typically hard to write range A1 value again and again. Instead, you can simply write this like this. Okay, okay. So how to define your variable? Okay, so let's start. Here is the Excel. Delete this, delete all. What I'm going to do, hmm, yeah, now it is okay. So backspace, what I'm defining, before defining the variable, we must understand that if we talk about Excel or mathematics, then my value equal to range A1 dot value. It means I'm saying VBA, please store my value as, sorry, please store range A1 value as my value. And if we talk about this, so according to maths and accounts, these both are common, these both are equal. My value equal to range A1 value and range A1 value equal to my value. But according to programming language, it is not same thing. This is the different thing and this is the different thing. In this, I'm saying please, whatever is the value of A1, store in the my value. Suppose A1 is 15, so my value will be 15. 15 will be the my value. Okay, so what is the value, whatever is the value of range A1, it means A1, then my value will equal to that value, that is 15. Okay, in this case we are saying that whatever is the value of my value, basically suppose my value is equal to d 20. So what is the value of my value that should be assigned to A1? So whenever you will perform this code, then this will change to 20. It means range A1 value is depending upon my value, and in this case my value is depending upon left range A1 value. So whatever is the right side on the code, that is depending upon my value. Let me show you what is in more detail. Delete this. Okay, VBA. So what I'm going to do, I'm first defining my variable. I variable can be defined by two ways: without dim statement and with dim statement. Okay, so what is the difference between dim and without dim? Let me show you. First, without dim. Okay, so without dim, I'm defining, I'm saying that range b1 dot value equal to vehicle. So this time I'm not assigning vehicle in double quotes. If I will assign b1 value in double quotes like this, so if I will run this code, then b1 will automatically change. Okay, now remove the double quotes from here. Now this is not the name this time, this is the variable. Let me run this code this time. Press F8. Enter any value in V1 first. 20, 25. Now press F8 to run. F8. So okay. I think I have done some mistake. Okay. Hmm. So here's the 25. I am saying that range V1 value should be vehicle, and what is the vehicle? Vehicle is 50. So run this code. Now see, this time vehicle is not the name. When we will put double quotes over here, then if we will run this code, then it must be the vehicle. But when we will remove the double quotes, then it must be considered as variable. Okay, so this is the procedure for defining variable. Let me show you in more detail. Okay, what I'm going to do, I will fill value to A1 to D1. So let's try. Vehicle equal to range A1 double quotes close parentheses, then value. Okay, so run range B1 dot value equal to vehicle into 25. I'm going to cheat here. Control V, change it to C, change it to D. Then this must be divide, this must be subtract. Okay, so delete this 50. Okay, now I have set to VBA. My range A1 value is equal to vehicle. Now run this code F8, 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 F8. Now see here, vehicle is 50. Vehicle is depending upon range A1 value. So this is 50 and vehicle is 50, and range B1 value, what is it saying? That this must be multiplied by 25. F8. Now see, this is multiplied by 25. Okay, then F8. So this time the answer is 2. 50 divided by 25. Then run F8. So the answer is 25. Then F8 to exit the code. Okay. So now you have seen the advantage of variable. So let's change it to any number because now it is dynamic. 80. Then run this code. See, everything is changed now. So this is the advantage of variable. Okay, so again change it to any number, then run this code. Now see, the answer is changing. Okay, so this is the variable. Now let's define the variable with dim statement. Okay, so dim my value as integer. Okay, So this time I am defining, this time I'm putting my variable name as my value. The rule is as simple as the name of macro. You cannot put space between your variable. Run this code this time. The variable name cannot start with number. You cannot put any special character in your variable name. So as all the rules for macro name is similar to the variable name. Okay, so this time I am saying please consider my value as integer. Okay, if we talk about our book, so this is the visual basic type. If we talk about dim statement, then how we can define the dim statement. Dim statement use the dim statement has four components. First is dim, second is your variable name. First is dim, second your variable name. You can put any name here, whatever do you want. Then here is the, you have to put as. So in when you are defining the dim statement, then dim must be there and as must be there. These two words are always there. Then type of data being stored, what type of data you are storing, whether you are storing dates, whether you are storing number, whether you are storing integer. So this is the data types: boolean, bytes, character, date, decimals, integer, object, showed. So if your number between, if you think that your number will be in this range, then you can assign short. If you think that your number can be in this range, then you can assign your number as long. So if you are, if you think that your number between in this range, then you can assign your variable as integer. This time I'm going to assign my variable as integer. So Jim, my value as integer, my value equal to range a1 dot value. Okay, then again range b1 double quotes close parentheses value equal to my value into 15. Then again I'm cheating, copy, paste, then C, D, this must be equal to 10, 5. Now run this code, minimize it, now run this code, run. Now see the answer here. So this time I have defined the dim statement. So what is the advantage of defining dim statement and what is the disadvantage for not defining the dim statement? So dim statement basically categorize your variable type. If you are assigning dates like this, my variable as date. Okay, so my value, put date here, any date, 25, oops, 5, 31, 16. I have put date here, then p1 value, whatever will be the date today. So here is the date, today date. Then here is, if you are writing date in VBA, then you have to mention your dates in hash. So 30th November, 30 November 16 hash. See, automatically changed. Now my value plus 5 now. So now I have categorized my variable as date. So in this data type, my value is not a number. Okay, my variable as defined as date. So press F8 to run your code line by line. F8, F8, F8. Now see my value as date. Now run this code. F8. Okay. Oops. Oops. Now run this code. Press F8. F8. Now see what B1 value is current date, which is today date, 7th July, sorry, 10th July 2016. Then 30th November 2016, which I have put here. Then my range D1 value is equal to my value. So my value is here plus 5. Add 5 days in this value. Then this. If you will not define as date, then what will be the result? Let's check. Now press F8 to run. Clear all. First Alt AA. Then now try to run. Answer is the same because of the date format put here. Okay, so now let's move on to force your variable. If you want to say that please every time I want to force my variable. So what is the forcing? Basically you have to put dim statement again and again for every variable. That is forcing. Basically you are forcing to user, please assign variable name first, assign variable data type first. So let's begin. Delete this, control A, run this. So I'm going to force my variable now. Go to tools menu, go to option, click here, require variable declaration, click, then okay. So what is going on? So my value, why it is not forcing my variable? Let me check. So the issue is you have to insert a new module first. So control Z, it was a code, insert new module. Now see the statement here, option explicit is already written over here. So this is forcing your variable. Let's try to run this time. So my micro, open parentheses, close parentheses, then enter. Now define your variable without dim statement. Vehicle equal to my range active cell int dot value. Oh, now try to run this code. Get an error that your variable is not defined. Please define it first. Stop it now. You have to define your variable first. Vehicle as integer. Now run this code. Debug. What is going on? Oh, active cell. Then I think I mentioned here range. Mm, this is the cell property. This method is using the cell property, so why I'm using here to it is, yeah. Now run. Whoa, debug. What is try to run this code again? Range. Huh. Why it is showing an error? Because my a1 value is the date and we have defined the variable. Advantage of defining the variable, so define as range b1. So we have categorized our data types. This range b1 dot hu value. Yeah. Now run this code. Fh 0. Here is the 0. Put 15. Then run your code line by line. Fh. Now see 15. So this is working properly. Our variable as defined as our variable defined as integer, and we were using it as date, so it was showing some error. So we have categorized the data types. So let's move on to next topic. So what we have to do this time, we have to do storage of variable. So where to store your variable? Local macro level only. What is the local macro level? If we will go to module 1 again, yeah, write new module, my range a1 dot value equal to my value. So maximize it now. In macro 1, I have defined my value as range a1 value and change it to 2. So in this macro, I am saying that my value must be equal to the range a1 value, and this time I am changing the a2 value. So if we consider both macro, then a1 and a2 answer should be the same. So run this code, delete this first, then run this code. Okay, it's working properly. Now run this code. What? The answer must be the same. Why it is showing empty? Go to run by run, line by line, F8, because the answer is empty because of storage of macro. So in this local macro level, your variable is limited to this macro. Okay, so you cannot this macro here. You have to define your macro again here. So my value print this. So this is the local macro. You have to define your macro again and again in every code. Now run this code. Okay, go to Excel, run. See, the answer is the same. Okay, so this is the local macro you can define. Then module level you can just define like this. Then just go to on the top, then enter gem my value as page. Now I have defined my macro as global label. So in this workbook my value is considered as date. So now you can delete this code. Whenever you are using this workbook, your variable is always be defined. So now run this code. First delete that, delete, delete, delete. Now run your code. So I'm running F5. Go to Excel. Now it is working properly. Then go to macro number 2. Run this code. Then now it is working properly without defining my variable again and again. Okay, so this is the global level, and you this macro is limited to this workbook only, and you can define your variable for whole Excel in your system. So what is the procedure for that? So you have to use public instead of dim. So this time I am using public. Whenever you are using Excel in your system, so my value must be equal to the range A1 value. So this is the storage of macro. The level is local macro, global macro, then application level. So keep enjoying and